Hello, ladies. Okay, today we're going to talk about time management. There is a video that I posted from Marie Forleo's YouTube channel, Forleo, that I hope you all had a chance to watch, and she talks about time management and about the difference between things that are important and things that are urgent. Okay, loved what she had to say. So many things that she said, I just completely agree with. And it's kind of how I have learned to run my business. So here's what I do. The night before, and it's always a work in progress, but when things run the smoothest, this is what I've done. The night before, I make a list of everything that I need to get accomplished in the next day. So I personally, get yourself, I'm sure you have a calendar. I love my little, see, got my, oops, hold on. It's got my name on it. Don't you just love stuff that has your name on it? My little Erin Condren notebook. And this is the one, the deluxe notebook, so it has the calendar in the front. Yes, I used to have the planner. The squares were too small. This one, nice and large, tons of paper. I got the little dividers added in there so I could categorize stuff. So I write down the night before what has to get done. Posting in your parties, posting in your team pages. You know, you could also utilize Postcron. I'm sure most of you do that. Postcron, you can schedule your posts in advance, and I just use the free version. It lets me schedule up to 10 posts a week, I think is the limit, but I've never gone beyond that. So let's say you're getting your hair done the next morning, right? Do a little Postcron the night before. Schedule that sucker to post while you're getting your hair did, and then, you know, that frees you up and you're not feeling so stressed in the morning. A lot of times I would do it too when, if I knew I had a busy day taking the kids to school, or I was volunteering in the classroom or anything like that. Doctor's appointments, whatever. Schedule the post the night before. But yeah, so you make your list the night before of all the stuff you have to get done the next day, okay? And that list, you know, it could go on forever and ever and ever, but I try to keep it to like the top 5 things that must be done and posted the next day. 5 to no more than 10, okay? The next morning, when you sit down to work, don't look at your phone. Well, that's if you're not working from your phone. If you're working from your phone, then I will change that statement and I will say, don't look at your iMessages. Don't look at your Facebook messages. No, we don't. We don't look at notifications either. No, we don't. You sit down with your list. I point with this fingernail. You sit down with that list and you go through, no distractions. I won't even answer my phone if my phone rings. And it is hard to do. But here's what happens if you get distracted, because you get sucked into the Facebook vortex. You check notifications and all of a sudden it's been 5 hours and you got to go pick up the kids, or you got an appointment or something. You haven't gotten anything done. And now you're stressed, and now you're frantic, and now you're like, oh my God, right? And you feel like you haven't been productive. So you get those 5 to 10 things on that list done. Focus and get it done. No distractions. Okay. Once I'm done with that list, first of all, I feel glorious because I feel like, oh, I've been so productive. And when you already start the day feeling productive, you're less likely to get frazzled. So next step is I go look through my text messages. I look through texts, and then I go to Facebook Messenger. Now, I'm just going to teach you a trick. As my team has gotten bigger over the last year, what I've started doing is moving everybody from that was texting me before to Facebook Messenger. Because the problem is, you know, as your team gets bigger, you have to have a way to shut this off. The good news is we work from our phone. The bad news is we work from our phone. And you have to have a way to shut the machine down when you're with your family, when you need a break. Because you need to be around for the long haul. That's where the gold that's where the golden ticket is, right? The longer you can be in a business, the more successful you're going to be. So I don't want you to get burnt out. So what I would do, if you have presenters who are texting you, asking questions, don't respond to their text, respond to them in a Facebook message and start the conversation there. And the reason I say that is so that, like for me, when I am working, I'm on Facebook and I'm accessible. When I'm not working, I'm not disturbed. I don't allow notifications from Facebook Messenger on my phone, or I would lose my noodle. Would lose it because it's just too much. Da-da-ding, 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 da-da-ding. I can't do it. So I would recommend disconnecting notifications from Facebook Messenger. So somebody texts you, has a question, you go to Facebook and respond to their question. They'll find it. It'll be all right. Eventually they'll learn. If I want to get a hold of Sherry, I got to go to Facebook, right? But these are just little tricks that I've had to learn, trial and error, just to keep myself from just not being so overwhelmed. So, okay, so now we've gotten our top 10 items checked off. We've gone through our messages. We now move to phone calls, and then I make my phone calls. I call whoever I need to call, whoever I need to reach out to, return calls, whatever. I do all of that, and then I go to Facebook and I start going through my notifications. It's gotten now to the point where I used to, up until maybe even 5 months ago, I was able to check every single, there was not one notification that I didn't see. I've lost it now. I can't keep up with it. And that was very stressful for me in the beginning, but I've had to just let that go because it just is what it is. And I keep having to, talk to myself and just say, look, I am one person. I can only do so much. I'm doing the best I can, right? With the amount of time given, because you just constantly have to prioritize. But these are just the little tricks that have helped me. In addition to setting office hours. Okay, that's hard. I was, let's see, probably 15 months in to this business before setting office hours. For 15 months, and the only reason I know this is because my husband would bring it up to me. For 15 months, I would work 12 to 15 hours a day, no exaggeration, because I would work from 6 in the morning when I got up before the kids, and then, do my mommy stuff in between. But I wouldn't stop working until 11 o'clock at night. My husband got tired of looking at the back of my MacBook, right? He's like, enough already. I think you're good. And I was like, because I just felt such a responsibility. Like if somebody had a question, I had to answer it. I had to do, that was my job. I had to be there. But it gets to the point where you have to take care of yourself first. You put the little oxygen mask on yourself first. Take care of yourself so that you're going to be here for the long haul. That's the most important thing. So, I'm sorry, my brain just went right out the window. What are you talking about? Office hours. Doesn't just happen. It happens to all of us people. So, I remember I was at the very first Unified. That was the main thing that Melanie talked about, and I remembered that. On and on she went about office hours and how no matter what, you set those hours and you do not work outside of those hours. And I was like, oh, are you kidding me? It was like another year before I was even able to do that. And I finally did it, and this is what worked for me. And I let all of my team know. Now, as business, as you hit holiday season, as, launches and different things like that, sometimes, you got to kind of bend the rules a little. Melanie would say, no, don't do it. But that's just what happened. Like right now, what we're all, dealing with, I'm working more hours. But it's just for a few weeks, and then everything's going to be back to normal. So let's just take like during the school year, for an example. So my office hours are from 8:30 in the morning until 2:30 in the afternoon. I'm around. From 2:30 to 7 p.m., I'm in and out because I'm picking up kids, I'm taking them to sports, we got music, I'm making dinner, giving baths, the whole thing. So I'm making, all that, because when you're cooking, you're kind of looking at your phone, but then, you got to deal with all this stuff with the kids and all that and cleaning up and whatever. So 8:30 to 2:30, work those hours. Use post-cron if you have appointments and doctor's appointments and stuff, right? That's still cool. And then from 2:30 to 7, I'm in and out. After 7, nothing. I won't respond to messages after 7 because that's the time that I'm with my family. I get the kids to bed, my husband, time with my husband, and just have downtime for yourself. It's tempting. It's so tempting to work past those hours. But what I have found is if I work past 7 o'clock nowadays, I just don't feel as rested in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm getting better at being able to tell, like, no, you know what? I need a break. And then I'll come back in the morning and be fresh as a daisy, ready to roll, right? Right? So anyway, I hope that helps you guys. I'd be interested in hearing what time management tricks you have and what works for you, because, we're all small business owners just trying to navigate our way through this. And so it's always nice to hear everybody else's ideas and tips and whatever. So anyway, I hope this helped you guys, and I hope you all have a great day and have a wonderful weekend.